Timothy chapter 3, and you can read all of, chapter 3, from paragraph 1 all the way to 17. And what it's speaking on is the things that's going to take place in the last days, things that are already happening now. Um, and the Holy Spirit wanted me to speak on this to you guys. And I'm also going to show you guys this video of it's a message in it, and it's about the things that's just going on in the world currently. What God is basically in the Bible, He tries to get us prepared for. That's why I try to push it with the reading the Bible and getting knowledge on the Bible, because it really teaches you how to survive on this earth. It really teaches you of things to come. You know what they used to say, that saying, uh what was that saying, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's basically what the Bible is teaching, his children. And when I say, people really taking their walk serious, I really mean it. When you're really taking your walk serious, you're not playing around. You're not trying to be like the world. You're not constantly sinning and continue to make the same sin, or doing the same sin over and over. Repent to God, and then like that you're committing, a sin. That you're doing wrong. That's like taking advantage of God's kindness, taking advantage of God's mercy and grace. Um, but like I said, these are the things that are going to take place, and these are things that are already taking place as I speak in this world. And you guys have to really pay attention, because it's a lot of distractions that the devil is creating to keep people away from the truth, to keep people out of the Bible, to keep people from knowing who God really is and really having a genuine relationship with God as well. And this is what this video is going to be about. Even with this, processed food, and our bodies are really the temple, of God, and we have to watch what we put in our spirits. We have to watch what we eat. All this stuff in this world, it was designed to destroy people and things. So I'm going to show you guys this video, and hopefully it gives people knowledge and open up a lot of people's eyes as well.
Are not designed for it.
Let me get a little there.
Our bodies are what? The what? The temple of God. Imagine all of this on this screen in the temple of God. Does God have any room to operate?
Hopefully you guys could hear the beginning, because I had to turn up my volume on my phone.
In 2014, the news website The City Reporter decided to only publish positive angles in their news for one day. What happened when they skipped all the negative perspectives? They lost 2/3 of their website traffic compared to other days. News producers cannot expect to do good business if they lose 2/3 of their website traffic. They simply need to meet the audience's desire for doom and gloom. The negative perspectives and the exaggerations in the news.
I hope you guys can understand what he's saying.
They not only provide poor information, but also make us feel down, pessimistic, and fearful. Numerous studies have shown how the news affects our well-being, causing stress, anxiety, depression, passivity, and lower cognitive performance.
Cutting out the news was one of the best decisions of my life, and I will never go back. See, news is to the brain what sugar is to the body. You can swallow limitless quantities of news flashes, tidbits like jelly beans, but these jelly beans don't.
And I just want to pause it, guys, because I know it can be, with the volume, try to understand, and also their accents as well. They're talking about the news. I stopped watching the news a long time ago, due because it's had so much negativity. It caused so much anxiety and fear as well. At the end of the day, I know people used to say, well, I just want to see what's going on in the world. That's fine. But, when you're constantly feeding your spirit negativity, guess what that's going to invite in? Negative spirits. It's going to invite in the spirit of fear, the spirit of anxiety, watching, negative stuff all the time. And the news has a lot of negativity in it. So that's basically, what they're talking about now. But it's more that they're going to start talking about, guys.
Nourish you. They don't give you understanding. As a matter of fact, they're quite toxic to your brain. News events are just things happening, flickering on the world's surface. But to make better decisions, you want to understand what drives these events, what generates these events. And news stories don't tell you that. News give you the illusion of understanding, and that illusion is dangerous. I came to realize the more news you consume, the less you understand the world.
How is the news helping you? It's a bunch of problems and no solutions. You have to pick a political team, and everyone else is on the other side. It honestly sometimes feels like it doesn't reflect reality. When I just watch what's going on, I'm pretty powerless to change things anyway. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying that I think it's a better use of my time and energy to focus on myself and what I can contribute to the world, on something positive instead of being a keyboard warrior and condemning something I saw online. I mean, let's face it, there's an infinite amount of material available out there to get offended about.
32-year-old Bianca Lynch is a full-time digital nomad from North Carolina. While she's always wanted travel to be a part of her life, after the results of the 2024 election, she says she's making it permanent.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world.
It's very, very hard for us to see ourselves coming back and being in this country, having to be around that many people who felt that is someone who needs to be in power.
We've been following this trend of young people who don't see a future in this country. Before the election, you might remember our reporting about Gen Z Americans who felt like the American dream was out of reach.
I think the past 5 months where I hit 500 job applications, I got so depressed because I blamed myself.
And they said they were so exhausted by politics, they didn't even vote.
It's hard to change, but it's sometimes hard to stay where you're at.
Now, after the election, they're not alone in looking to leave the country. Google searches for digital nomad visas, how to move to Canada, and best countries to move to all peaked the day after the election.
Celebrity worship in the West is absolutely mind-boggling. These people look at them like they're gods, man. There's no other way to put it. Like, celebrities consume people's lives, and it's much more of a problem on the women's side. Social media is now their new gossip echo chamber where they can't stop consuming and what the latest Kim Kardashian this and who said what and what dramatic show happened there, and girl, oh my God, can you believe this, and spill the tea. It's wild.
We reject our mothers and our grandmothers. We reject their teachings only to worship these idols. That's why American Idol became so big, because now we're living in a time where idols are bigger than God. Only these are real demonic forces that our people have latched on to, and they worship them. This have never been black people. We worship these people, homie. We can't look past our entertainers as if they the greatest of all, and they not.
When I did not look at a screen for 7.5 weeks, my memory went from the 50th percentile of adult men in America to the 99th percentile. There was only 1% of men with better memory than me when I finished this experiment.
So we have fake celebs, fake food, fake news, fake life. Like, are you guys awake to this yet? Like, we live in a world that's built on deception, right? Celebrities aren't real. The people that are idolized by millions, the Kardashians, the influencers, the A-listers, the elite, are walking illusion. Their bodies are bought, their faces are filtered, their lifestyles are carefully curated to sell a dream that doesn't exist. And then they preach this body positivity while secretly getting things like liposuctions, BBLs, endless surgeries, and telling young girls that if they just work out and eat right, they're gonna look like them. But it's such a fallacy. The money is fake, the happiness is fake, the relationships is all staged, And these people aren't even here to inspire you. They're here to distract you and manipulate you. And even the food isn't real either, right? It's designed to keep you sick, sluggish, and dependent on a system that profits from your suffering. Overprocessed, filled with chemicals, designed to cause addiction and disease and long-term health issues, right? Look around us. Look at the autoimmune diseases. Look at obesity. Look at the mental health disorders that are skyrocketing, and yet the same industries that create the problem sell the cure. And the news is not information. It's a weapon. It's carefully designed to push narratives, divide the world, manufacture anger and outrage, and then keep people in a constant state of fear and compliance. Look at how people treat each other now. Look at how families are completely torn apart. Friends are turning on each other. Everyone is stuck in a cycle of distraction while the real problem goes unchecked. This fake world has done nothing but create chaos. It has pulled people further away from God, from their families, from themselves.
Hopefully you guys, really understand what was really coming in the message in that video, instead of just looking at, the people that were speaking it. Look at the message that was coming from, this video. Basically, all this social media, all this, idolizing these celebrities, just putting the wrong things in your spirits, all this demonic stuff that is going on, that basically the Bible has been trying to get people to see for years. This is stuff that's going to take place. This is things that are taking place as now. We have to get, prepared for what's to come. And I know it might seem, scary, the things that are going to take place, but this is stuff that's been said in the Bible. This is stuff that's written in the Bible. And with us as followers of Christ, people that actually are trying to take their walk serious with Christ, you have to prepare yourself for the war. We are in a middle of a war at the end of the day, regardless if you want to believe it or not. It's just like the war on this earth, how the soldiers have to get prepared for that war. And in the battle, you might get a weapon against you, something, you might get wounded in the battle, but that is the war that we are in. And we really have to take our walk serious, followers of Christ, because this demonic stuff, the stuff that is going to take place, the things and that's the most important thing too. We need to be wise. We have to be wise followers of Christ, and we have to be obedient to the Holy Spirit. And when God tells us, no, don't do this, don't do that, don't entertain this, you need to stop doing this, you need to stop doing that, it's for our good. People have to understand these demonic spirits are real. And don't you know that these demonic spirits can cause sickness on your body? They can literally take you out. They can just destroy your life. That's what the devil came to do, to kill, steal, and destroy. This is serious. This is not, a fairy tale that was just made up. These are things that, and when you're closer to God, God gives you that discernment. How to survive on this earth, because the Bible, that's basically what it's doing. It's teaching us how to survive on this wicked earth. It's teaching us how to survive these evil spirits and the devil. And, because at the end of the day, this is the devil's world. It's very demonic. What is glorified mostly in this world is demonic stuff, bad people, when doing wrong. And it's being glorified more and more as the years go on. Like, the devil is not hiding anymore. He is coming out every which way. Even like I said, these music videos, the women. I remember, when dressing modest was just the way to go, the way to dress. The way that how a woman should carry herself. Women these days, that being a streetwalker, I'm gonna say it like that, being a streetwalker, that's being exposed, that's being normalized to look like a streetwalker, to act like a streetwalker, to be a prostitute and things like that. These are what these children are looking up to now. I remember growing up as well, we had like, even though we wasn't supposed to be, putting that in our spirit, but we didn't know, but when we was in the world, we at least had some soft music, R&B music. Guess what's all mainly being glorified now? It's rapping. Every female want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a rapper now. All this, that's what's being really glorified. Everybody want to dress like a stripper. Everybody want to BBL, all this stuff. Everybody, it's getting so demonic, very demonic. And these are, people that these kids are looking up to now, and they think that, hey, I see, Sexy Red, I see Cardi B, I see Nicki Minaj, I see them dressing like that. They think that, dressing like a streetwalker, that's the way to go. Because this is stuff that's just, you really just see on the TV mainly. When you turn on your TV, you seeing so much demonic stuff, even in these commercials. It's just like these kids' innocence is not protected anymore. People, innocence is not protected anymore because there's so much negativity everywhere. It's getting so demonic. So we really need to guard our spirits and be closer to God and watch what we put in our spirits as well. Because it's getting demonic out here, and we have to be wise because we are in a war. Like, don't you know that, you can literally die a premature death because you're being disobedient. You're not, living the way that, that God wants you to live. You're not being obedient to God and trying to, fight in this war as well. We got to stay closer. We have to stay close to God, children of God. If you're really calling yourself a true follower of Christ, we got to stop playing around with our souls. We got to stop playing around with our lives and stuff. And you got to stop playing around with sin. Like dying in your sin, that's not the way to go. Dying, not knowing who God is, not actually, saying that, hey, I actually, walk with God. I was obedient to God. I actually had a relationship with God. That is something dangerous. And for God to say, depart from me, I never knew you. See, it's a difference from knowing of God and actually really knowing God. And really having a true relationship with him. And it's not just praying to him when things go bad, not just praying to him and talking to him. It's actually following him and leaving this world behind and obeying him instead of the world and what the world wants you to do. Regardless of if people talk about you, regardless of if people try to tarnish your name and bring up your past and throw things at you, to try to bring you down. Continue to keep walking with God. Regardless if you, like I tell people, if you're walking with God or not, because we're in this demonic world, you're going to go through things regardless. But you'd rather have God on your side and be covered in their blood. So I love all you guys. I try to, one thing I'm just trying to do is just get the word out and just open up a lot of people's eyes, because this world is getting demonic and you need to be close to God more than ever. If people just really just pay attention to what's going on. The devil is creating all these distractions, these phones, these new cars, these TVs, all these TV shows and all this music and stuff. All this stuff is a distraction to keep people from the truth. And due to lack of knowledge, you will be destroyed. And it might seem like I come off harsh, but I have to tell the truth. Because if you think I'm being harsh, the Bible is going to really get on you. So, like I said, guys, just wake up. Pay attention. Get prepared for what's to come, because things are really about to get wicked. Like, the devil is not hiding no more. He know he's running out of time. He's coming back to collect. God is allowing him to come back to collect as well. God's allowed him to wreak havoc on this earth because of a lot of disobedience, all this wicked stuff that is going on in this earth. Now I say God is love, he is peace, but he's not somebody to play with either. And he doesn't like willful sin. He doesn't like this demonic stuff that's going on in this world. So I love all you guys. You guys have a wonderful, blessed Sunday. Till next time.